Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab and back in the book. Doing what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. Let's do this damn thing. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. Tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do it. Right thinking's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will ever fall through, but it's rhetorical. And if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And always to my yacht be true. Yeah, sorry about that. What was that? Okay, yeah. Right thinkers, let's talk about, A distracted mind is not normal. You got a distracted mind, then you got a dull mind. Let's talk about the distracted mind is not normal. Let me break that down for you right quick, okay? Let's go. Now, people, they say that the distracted state of mind is considered as normal by mainstream society. I tell anybody, if you follow mainstream society, you're not going to be going the right way, okay? They say mainstream society, 85% of y'all are ignorant. So y'all just follow whatever the trend is, whatever sound good, whatever catchphrase, whatever, y'all go that way. So I don't subscribe to that. And again, I sure ain't subscribing to a distracted state of mind after being a meditator and a yogi. I know a distracted mind is not, I know what they mean by normal. Everybody has it, but it's not normal. So let's try to get understanding by mainstream society. People in this state of mind will often, this is what they mean, act out of selfishness and will not consider the consequences. I just gave a lesson about life lessons. If we teach our young consequences for their action, we won't have this problem. That's why this is the problem. Watch. We do not consider the consequences of our actions. They experience what they call a thermometer existence. What that means? That means that they experience mood swings depending on how they feel. If they wake up happy, they feel good. They wake up grumpy, they feel bad. That's thermometer existence. And watch this. Those are the mood swings. That's why you shouldn't be led by your emotions. That's the ego satisfying itself depending on how it feels. And that's what you're going to follow. That's what they mean by that. You experience mood swings and a constant, watch this, it don't stop, a flow of emotions and desires. Always wanting, always got to do something, always got to be into something. You know those kind of people? Told you, if you don't know those kind of people, go get a mirror. They may be reasonably honest. Most people, they say reasonably. Normal circumstances, yeah. But that guy who will find your wallet, take the money out, and then help you look for it, we call them rat bastards. Those kind of people are not good people. But under ordinary circumstances, conditions, right? But when under pressure of need or disposition of some kind, the pressure or temptation, they may what? Lie, cheat, or steal. Those are the criteria of a sneaky, deceitful, egoistic person to satisfy what? Their needs at someone else's expense. Those are distracted-minded people. Another characteristic of what? A distracted-minded person is what? People meet in conversations and they talk about any and all subjects without what? Without coherence. I mean, you just rattling on, you just throwing stuff back and forth. Ain't no rhyme or reason talking about this one, talking about that one. There's no coherence, there's no rationality. Okay, for example, I like to use theirs anyway. I like to get my own, but I use theirs. For example, two people may meet for lunch at lunchtime, and y'all discussing subjects from the taste of the sandwich to the breakfast that they ate that day. Yeah, okay, that's casual conversation. But to the new movie playing, and y'all still talking about the weather forecast, to the latest intrigue or their favorite soap opera story star or whatever, to the ugly tie that their boss wore, then they go back to their job. Okay, but the conversation flows from one subject to another without any really rhyme or reason. I don't want to have a conversation that ain't going nowhere. I don't want to talk sports. Why? It's wasting my time at this point. Well, I see no statistics. I ain't got time for the nonsense. So when you have a conversation when there's no rhyme or reason, and it is just what? All mindless, inane talk. Waste of time. An hour lunch, waste of time. Nothing productive. I talked to my spiritual advisor, mother-in-law. We talked 2 or 3 hours. Just like too old. I love it. Why? Because we don't argue. We just let it go. And that's what I'm talking about. You can't do that with everybody. And we both say the same thing. So she's my best conversation. All right. But a thoughtful person, a right thinker, because we thoughtful, would not engage in such confused dialogue. I stopped that. Yo, my man. No, don't tell me. I don't want to hear that. Don't care. She or he would what? Remain quiet. Me, I'm going to stop it. This would make them what? Seem abnormal or general to the general population. Oh, you don't want? No, I don't want to talk. I don't want to spread gossip. I don't want to give a damn about he say, she say, who shot John. We got something relevant. We got some, something we can talk about that's going to make sense or something relevancy. I'm going to sit here and waste my time. So I don't do that no more. Simple. But you, as an individual, you must understand that what the masses consider, here we go, right here, separate yourself from that nonsense. What the masses consider to be good and normal is in reality what? Abnormal. Why? It is aberration from what? Your higher reality, wherein it is possible to experience inner fulfillment and peace every now and then. Yeah, sometimes it just work out, and that's beautiful. But unless you plan it, unless you put in the work, it's only going to happen like that every now and then. Watch this. But now the distracted manner in which most people carry on an expression of what? Their feelings of emptiness, which must continuously what? Be filled. They got to do something. Got to have something going on with excitement or action. When I was young, young people can't sit still. We know that. But don't let everything else guide you to do a bunch of dumb stuff. Now, a person who has experienced what? Some inner fulfillment, they do not require a bunch of interaction with others for the sake of what? Interaction, and does not require. I lost my space. With others for the sake of interaction, and does not require action in order to feel as if something fulfilling is going on. I can sit with my book and be just as happy. Everybody can't do that. I know that, but that's why I put myself in that position where I can calm myself down and be at peace with just what? Doing that. You got to be doing something. And what? The main thing is what? Feeling alive. I am alive. I'm here. I'm existing. If you understand that part, such a person who displays what? Mental calmness, self-sufficiency, okay, mental poise, equanimity, peacefulness, and who is not. Those people are not susceptible to what? Stress under stressful conditions. Maintain your cool. Don't freak out. Don't let somebody get you all in an uproar. I get passionate when I'm teaching. Okay, so I understand that. But the whole idea not to get stressful, not let stressful condition is seen as what? Again, abnormal or a distracted personality. You ain't like everybody else. You don't do what everybody else do. Thank you. I'm an individual. We should all feel that way. And then stop being so many damn gangs and cliques. Why everybody had their own little thing going on. That's fine. And people who do not feel the need, watch this, to seek excitement through what? Through partying, sports, entertainments, or various types, overindulging in foods, eating, sex, and drinking, etc., drugs, are seen what? As social bores. Because I don't do those things. I don't go to the club. I don't do that. Man, what's wrong with you? All right? I just don't do those things. I don't brag on you for not reading. I don't brag on you for not studying. I don't brag on you for not living right and doing things you're supposed to do. I don't get on you for not doing those things. But that's the way it is. And where we at? Abnormal social bores by the masses. You consider a bore by the masses. And yet, watch this. This advanced state of being, right thinking, straight of mind, is the real evidence of what? Psycho-spiritual advancement in life. You're getting spiritually better. You're getting unconcerned with worldly things. You're not concerning yourself with a whole bunch of nonsense that you thought you needed. That's what growing up is all about. Spiritually evoluting. Getting better. Knowing what you don't need. Thinking you need something that you really don't need, but you think you do. That's knowing that self, and you'll know your needs over your wants. Moving on. There are many intellectuals in all fields, including spirituality, okay, who engage, watch this, in debates. They love it. Yeah, I see him all the time. My man Gino, he loved the debate. Okay, he tried that Bible like it's a whipping tool, and have intellectual biblical discussions for the sake of argument. Logic is not, well, knowledge and reason is not studied for a higher purpose, but for the sake of having logic and reasoning itself for yourself to use, to benefit from. I'm not running around looking for an argument to prove right thinking work. Moving on. Under these circumstances, or under these conditions, your mind can construct any form of reasoning. With logic, understanding, and intellect, you can form any form of reason which will what? Will support your own personal viewpoint. That's all you need. That's all you need. I don't need nobody to confirm or affirm what I know and believe about God. Got it for myself. So the power, again, knowledge and reasoning and speech is paramount. Why? It's important because what you understand and what determines your experience in the outer world as well as your inner world, your speech is an expression. You use it to express your innermost what? Beliefs, ideas, and consciousness. That's all we got. Everybody got their own piss and asshole. We all got them. And it's yours to do whatever you think is best for it. That's right thinking philosophy in a nutshell. Right there. Not who, what, no, just what's best for you. You are the best judge of that. Because at judgment day, you want to be the judge of what you did. Let's stick that one in. So therefore, you should not allow your intellectual capacity to become retarded, melancholic, gloomy, dejected, and spiritless. Why? Intellectualism with no higher sublime purpose eventually will what? Leads to dullness. Mr. I know everything. Mr. It ain't doing nothing but just run off at the jib. That leads to what? Dullness. And the proof of this is what? The long history of what? A bunch of intellectuals who have committed crimes, okay, and created the most anti-human forms of racism, okay, committed the most crazy crime in humans in society. And you got the racism of Nazi Germany. You got two forms, two examples of this from the African slave trade. We know about that. Now y'all want to bring the Holocaust in, and every time you do it, you're gonna back it up with this. What's this? And the racism of Nazi Germany. How could you white people complain to be racist because the Nazi treated you wrong? You did the same thing to black people. You're doing it to the day, but nonetheless. But watch this. Now both of these, which were supported by who? Many intellectuals. I just gave a lesson about what's the difference between a good white man and a bad white man, and that they're going through other things. Nothing. And many intellectuals of that time who knew what was being done was wrong. Even today, as this, there are those who create elaborate treaties which seek to prove what? The superiority of one group over another. We live in white America based on what? Your color, your sex, economics, genetics, etc. But all of these criteria are what? Are relative and illusory. Why? Because anyone who engages in such intellectual activity is to be considered as being equally caught in what? The ignorance of egoism. Trying to prove how smart they is. That's ego. As what? The backward person who never went to school. He just is dumb. And even for the day. And who has not learned to interact with people of other groups. A hillbilly don't want to act with other people. That's all they know. Again, black people might not want to act with hillbilly. Why? That's all they know. That's why. And thus, intellectual persons, even those who may seem to be cultured and sophisticated, at some point in time cannot or will not automatically be considered what? More advanced than the illiterate person who don't know jack about nothing. So having intelligence and not using it is like a person who ain't got nothing. Y'all on the same level. Okay? That's the quick note. I got a little more to go here. Let me show you something right quick. You see I wear my hat with the pyramid. Okay, this is considered the inverted pyramid of humans. I'll break this little diagram down for you. I think this is good information. It breaks down. You see at the bottom, that's dullness. That's my next lesson. In the middle is distracted. On the top is called lucid. I'm gonna give you all those lessons, and each one got its own understanding. Right now, we're dealing with what they call a distracted mind. At the top of the pyramid, comes like this way. I'm gonna take you from the bottom to the top. On the bottom, it says your consciousness. Your consciousness. That's coming down here. When it's narrow-minded, this is called narrow-minded. Watch this. Narrow-minded means your individual conscious is what referred to as the soul of human beings, right? And it's constricted because it's in physical form. The spirit is unlimited, okay? But in physical form, it becomes constricted, limited to mental illness and lack of creativity. All that's done from the human nature with what they call a dullness mind. State of dullness mean you're negative Nelly. You ain't never good. You pessimist. Everything's bad. Everything's wrong. Okay, why? Because in your life, that's what it is. But if you start raising your consciousness, there you go. It starts to expand. You start to ride out. You see in the middle here, at the bottom, it's thin. See the first layer? Not much going on, but just your conscious. Okay, spirit and soul dealing with dullness. It's there. Can't do nothing. Watch what happens in the next level of the distracted mind, which I think is normal. A distracted person suffers through restlessness. They have mixed positive and negative thoughts, meaning they ain't really got it. They really uneasy. They ain't really got their balance together, but they getting better because the negativity is starting to, at least they got some positive going. They toss and twist and between good, bad. Should I do this? I shouldn't do that. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. So you're in that state. You're distracted. What did God tell you? And this is where meditation comes in and it plays a big role in what? Your distraction of your mind, calming it down, slowing it down, clarifying it so that it can operate at full capacity at its best function. If you come to the class with a half full glass, I can't fill your glass with everything. Why? Because you've got something left over that don't need to be in there. Come empty. The dullness, wipe that out. Now you start incorporating. And when you become lucid, you become creative. You do things as purity. purifying your heart by good actions. You live in harmony with my philosophy that teaches you to do what you need to do. You are right in positive thinking. You're feeling good and you're acting in your whole expansion of freedom. Now you start to see things a little different. They call it the big picture. Get the vision. See how it looks? That's the concept. Okay? And in closing, I'm breaking it down for you. The average personality of a human being may be understood as an inverted triangle, pyramid. At the bottom, there is what? Constriction, like I told you. And at the top, there's expansion. In the state of dullness, there is an awareness of what? Negativity, everything. And all of these base feelings are anger, hatred, greed, lust, etc. Satanian level. Okay, that's the ego level. Now, in the state of distraction, there is a mixture of positive and negative, starting to get a little bit better. At first, it was all negative. Bring a little positive in there. Now, the struggle begins, the moral fight, I call it. But if there is a practice, a right thinking philosophy, yoga, meditation, now a person is in this state, can now have a glimpse of harmony, clarity, and peace of mind. Through what? Meditating. They're starting to get a better understanding, starting to open their consciousness, becoming better. And now in that state of purity by acting and doing right, there is joy from helping others. Peace you get from doing the right thing. And it all makes them become harmonious. And it provides what? The mind with clarity. From here, it is possible now to glimpse the higher reality for your mind, your body, and follow, which transcends what? All states of mind. This higher reality, the true self, which is the object of right thinking philosophy, my mission to get you to what? For all spiritual disciplines, to practice and master all spiritual disciplines. Thus, your spiritual practice is the process of promoting positive feelings, right understanding, harmony, love, and righteousness, and to what? Going beyond the mind itself to what? Eventually now discover what we consider what? The absolute self, God, which is not affected by any modes of your expressions in which consciousness is expressed. Why? He's the highest level. And until you get there, he don't concern himself until you raise your conscious level to meet him. That's how you become one with your higher self. I'm going to come back with the state of dullness. Yeah, I'm going to say that for the next lesson. All right, in closing, right thinkers, may y'all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers were starting to know themselves had passed away.